NFL wants to be a top target, and two players will be trying to be that today. It's Benjamin's Panthers going up against Evans's Buccaneers. So now let's head on over to rainy Raymond James Stadium in Tampa to welcome in our announcing crew, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's something that Floridians are all too familiar with as the rain continues to fall here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Auburn man, Charles, hard to believe, already in his 6th year now, Cam Newton.
And every eye in the stadium goes to him as soon as he appears, doesn't it? There are very few players that have that type of effect. Doesn't matter whether he comes out for warm-ups, whether he's come out for the game, to start the game the first time on the field. All eyes on number 1, and rightly so. He may be the best player in the game.
Now Newton on first down. And caught left side, Olsen. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On second down, they run with Stewart. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
Vaughn Alexander is one of the exciting linebackers in the league. His forte, speed.
Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gautin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Here's Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen from 8 yards out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. And I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
They run it again with Martin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now that's the Doug Martin we saw, not just in his rookie year when he burst on the scene out of Boise State, but how about in 2015 when he earned a big-time contract extension from Tampa Bay?
Yeah, you mentioned it, from Boise State, 31st pick back in 2012. A first down throw for Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Evans top 5 in receiving yardage in the NFL at over 1,000 yards each of his first 3 seasons in the league.
Love his catch radius. You know, it's one of those buzzwords and buzz phrases that people like to use in the league. But think about his 6'5" height, and now spread that out about throwing that ball up in the air. Basketball background, loves to play over the top, and boy, does he go up and get the ball.
Let me ask you, height, arm length, jumping ability, is that what makes the catch radius, I would imagine?
It certainly does, but you know what finishes it off? The desire to go and get the football, and Mike Evans has that.
Jameis to throw it. He's got Evans. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. First down, Winston. Incomplete, over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I know I'm not in the rooting business, but I really like this kid, Austin Safarian Jenkins. Good catch there. I'm just hoping he can stay on the field and have some good health.
Now the Bucs hoping so too, limited to 16 games total his first 2 seasons combined.
He is quite a target for a young quarterback. Jameis Winston can grow with this guy, and boy, they can be a dynamic duo.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete, right around the 8. A gain of 6 there on first. 3rd and goal. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And Aguayo's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Newton now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both the Buccaneers and the Panthers are having some issues finding a way into the end zone. They'll both look to improve their play on offense and pick up some touchdowns in the second half.
Second down, Winston. Pass incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On 3rd down, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They go play action here on first down. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphries. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. One man on the backfield, that's Martin. Jameis to throw it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Now a second down throw for Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cameron Blake, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Back to throw, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. Funchess with a catch over the middle. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. This is Stewart again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Now Sims. And some space here. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.